And I believe we are live. What's up, Omar?
How's it going, bro?
Oh, man. I'm getting nervous. First time for everything. Oh, cheers, by the way. First podcast, we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Omar Cabrero.
I hope that whoever's listening to this knows that this is completely unscripted.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, we're just here just talking about random shit.
That's the thing that I was telling my dad. Dad and my brothers and everybody's like, oh, you should get a baseline of what you're going to talk about. And I was like, I feel like that's going to make it so much harder for me because then once we run out those ideas, we'll be like, well, that was fun.
No, that's true. No, plus, I mean, honestly, like, it's better if you just top of your head. Because that way you can, jump back and forth topics. I mean, every podcast I hear is like that.
Yeah. I really like the way the Joe Rogan podcast is set up. And that's what I base this off of, at least the style and premise, which is invite a guest, talk about random stuff. You know, this person may study biology, but we can talk about, I don't know, beer. We can talk about sports or something.
Yeah, and right now I'm listening to like 3 different podcasts. One is fitness, another one is like, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And there's like, I don't know if you've seen him on Instagram, Bradley Martin. He started a podcast.
Bradley Martin, I don't know who that is.
Oh, dude, you gotta check him out on Instagram, dude. Yeah, he's a monster. Like,
oh, it's the Swole Beast.
Yeah, dude.
God. The person I've started following and she's really good is, have you heard of Cass Martin?
Yeah.
Man, she had an interview a long time ago, and she posted a workout regimen, and I saw it yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. Her chest day was what I did yesterday: flat bench, incline flies, and cable flies. But those guys were keeping up the cable fly machine, so I had to go to the regular fly machine. I don't really like that as much.
There's another one closer to.
I keep forgetting about one near the ab section.
The ab section, which is, a machine with the actual cables.
Yeah, see, and I 100% forget about it every time when I'm walking out. I'm like, fuck. I should have gone to that one. Oh, man. But I followed her. Now, let me tell you what, though. Her arm day is insane. This is what I did today, and I about blew. My arms are going to be sore than anything else. It started with 4 sets of straight bar curls, easy bar curls, alternating curls, rope curls, straight bar curls, machine dips, skull crushers, lying dumbbell extensions, close grip push downs, and rope push downs. It was about 12 exercises each one with 4 sets. And
4 sets
4 sets of 12 reps. And I'm not used to doing those high reps.
Are you what's your training regimen like? Do you have a set program you're following, or is it just all over the place?
It used to be a set program I followed based off of the guy I worked out with at the very beginning. Do you remember when I started working out, I could only do like 4 to 6 exercises because I was just still new to it. But now I can do a lot more exercises. I take my time. I understand how many seconds can really peak and lower your drive or the pump and all that. So, but now I've started getting more structured, and I started doing the big man on campus for a while, and that's when you gave me the compliments that my arms were getting bigger.
Yeah.
But that was towards the end of it, and from then I really haven't been able to find a good program. I followed this guy Azuno something. I can't remember his name. He's just a regular bodybuilder. And he had like such concentrated workouts. Like he would do, one day would be triceps, one day would be biceps, one day would be shoulders. But that ended up doing a workout for, I gotta shut this stupid thing off.
Yeah, put it on silent.
I put it on do not disturb. But that ended up making me go to the gym 7 days a week. Though the workouts were small, I'd only be at the gym for 45 minutes. I didn't like having to go to the gym 7 days a week because let's say I wanted to hang out with friends or something, I would be mad at myself because I missed a day at the gym. And
no, that's how it used to be. Monday, try to be there every day, but not anymore.
But with the Cass Martin thing, I'm only there 6 days a week, which I can manage because I like to have a day off in the middle of the week.
No, that's what I do too. On Wednesdays, I like to just,
Yeah, some people like to do it on the weekends, but for me, I love working on the weekends.
No,
it gives me so much more time.
Especially Sunday. I don't know why. Sunday, I love just going. I wish the gym opened earlier, but as far as I love going Sundays.
You saw their revised schedule, right?
Yeah.
Staying up until 1 a.m. on all these other days, and then Sunday,
the
1
p.m.
p.m.
It's the same thing. And they're like, oh, I saw that post, and they're like, oh, it's because you don't want our workers to miss church. I'm like, okay, church is over like around 10 or 11.
Yeah, you could open up at 11 or 7 a.m.
Yeah, I mean,
go to Saturday night mass.
Yeah,
close at 6.
Either that or at 12. I'll be happy with 12.
Oh man, that would be way better. I mean, just 1 hour earlier. That's the thing that really pushed me, because I'm one of those losers with the Planet Fitness. Or is that Planet Fitness? Yeah,
see,
I can't even remember the name of it.
I talked so much shit about Planet Fitness, but when we worked out,
remember that day?
Thanksgiving,
Yep.
I actually, you know what? Obviously, I like doing heavier weight for the, skull crushes and all that. But as far as, it was convenient. Like, no other place was open that day.
Not Thanksgiving. This is the only place that's going to be open on Christmas or Christmas Eve, more than likely. And New Year's Day, so on and so forth. And those are the random days. Though it's a holiday, I just want to get my pump in. I just want to go ahead and work out. Oh, it's frustrating. What about your workout regimen? You were going... I used to be able to track yours, because like Monday you would always hit legs, but I think it was like 3 weeks ago you hit something else on Monday. It was weird. To me, it was weird.
Okay, I mostly Sundays I do chest and back. Mm-hmm. Mondays I do legs, just legs. Yeah. Tuesdays I do shoulders and arms. Yeah. I rest Wednesdays.
And then do you repeat it all?
Then I do. I try to hit every muscle group at least twice. Then Thursdays I do chest and back again, and Fridays arms and shoulders.
I don't know if I could do that. There's because if I did Cass Martin's workout and all that, and I did chest and I'd kill myself.
See, I thought that too, because when I started this, at first, it was a program. It's an 8-week phase. You have your high reps, low reps days. Yeah. But after a while, after I finished it, I saw a lot of, what can I say? I saw me getting stronger, and I started seeing results.
Some results pretty fast, I bet.
Yeah. Obviously, if you do something, new, eventually you're going to see results. Yeah, for sure. After that, I just kept the same program, but, everything I learned from over time, I started incorporating that, different exercises, different things.
The thing that I always noticed when I started working out on a new plan, I would feel, even if I had done that workout before, I would drop the weights and really focus on technique, because I would be anxious, because I'm like, man, am I doing this right? Like when I did bench Sunday, I mean, I barely did 155, and I could only do 3 reps because I was like, I don't know if my elbows are But yesterday I did 4 sets, 6 reps of 165. So I'm already almost back to where I was when pre-flat bench dumbbells.
Now that you say that, I laugh at myself because back when I barely started working out, let's say bench press, what's everybody's favorite stuff.
I mean, that's what everyone liked. It was like, hey, how strong are you? How much you bench? That, even though that has no scope on how strong you are at all.
See, but the thing is, like, every time I would work out chest, I would try to take that to see if I got a new PR.
Like, every time?
Yeah, every time.
Like, you would always try to do a 1 rep max?
1 rep max, but...
That'd kill a person.
See, but I was working out wrong, man. You're not supposed to be doing that.
No, that's what you were telling me when I said, like, I really want to get serious about deadlifts. I was like, yeah, I'm doing 5 reps, and I'd like to try a 1 rep max. And you said, you should probably wait like 2 months.
Yeah, you have to work on strength because,
you might be able to do it, but you're going to see proper form results and everything once you have that 3-month benchmark or 2-month benchmark. That's the stuff that I need to work on. Where did you start out, though? Like, what was your, like, first 1 rep max bench?
Oh, dude, I don't even want to talk about that because I remember me and Andres, all right, first of all, I started running. That I just did cardio.
Yeah. Well, this was because, like, back in high school, I don't mean to describe it too much, but you were like, overweight. You didn't really do much.
I didn't. My max weight was 250. Mm-hmm. I dropped down to 170. Yeah. Obviously, it was over the course of a year. If I could go back now, I probably didn't lose the weight properly.
Okay. Is it because, like, dieting as well, or was it...
See, the thing is, if you had just asked an average person, like, you want to lose weight, what do they think?
Run.
run.
Every
right?
time.
Cardio.
Yeah. Walk, run, just stand up and stretch.
Exactly, cardio. And the thing is with that, by any way, I'm not a fitness expert. This is all I did all my research.
Neither of us are fitness experts.
Not a personal trainer.
If you want to ask us about personal advice, we're like, yeah, you should bench that 315 right now.
No,
don't do it.
See, the thing with cardio is it's the worst way to lose fat.
That's surprising because you think that logically it's like, oh, I'm burning calories, so therefore I'm losing fat. But that's not the case.
See, you may lose. See, a lot of people start off with cardio because it's what gives you the fastest results.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because you're just burning all these calories, so you're just burning all the calories. So
yeah.
It's gonna give you the quickest results. So somebody that's overweight.
Yeah. That doesn't do anything.
That doesn't, and they want to see results fast. That's the first thing. It's like, because that's what I did. I was at work, and I don't know, I got on Amazon for some reason. I just purchased my first treadmill. I mean,
you purchased a treadmill? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was the best $400 I ever spent in my life.
Really? Do you still have it?
No, man. I'll tell you about that.
We'll go there. Yeah.
So, back on the whole running thing is. Your body is burning all these calories, but what's it called? Now I lost my train of thought. Okay, your body's burning all these calories, but over time your body gets accustomed to that.
It adapts to it.
It adapts to it. Yep. So what happens is, it actually slows down your metabolism.
Because it needs to store the energy.
It stores and it's trying to be as efficient as it can. Because all you're doing is burning calories.
That's why people always carb load before they run.
Exactly.
So it's going to store it up.
Yeah, and that's what I was doing. I was doing 2 meals a day. I was eating lunch.
Just 2 meals a day.
Just 2 meals.
Oh my God.
See, that's another thing. When somebody thinks weight loss, they think, oh, I can't eat as much. So my relationship with food was
completely asinine.
Yeah, it was negative. Like
there's like some people don't realize a lot of these fitness models like Jazzy Fit, Cass Martin, Minnie Myra, they're eating like 6-7 meals a day. I don't know about Jazzy Fit, but I know the other two bodybuilder girls, they look slim, lean, strong, and they're eating like 7 meals a day.
Yeah, but they're competitors. They're
bred to do this.
Yeah, so that's completely. So back to what I was saying, my relationship was negative. So every time I would eat something, I would feel bad. I'm like, oh, gotta start running again.
Oh, that's not right. Yeah.
So, I was able to drop the weight, but you can drop the weight quick, but you can also gain it back much easier.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and it was after a year.
Yeah.
I finally burned out my cardio, my treadmill. I burned it out. The motor I was running on it. And
that's why you don't have it anymore.
it just stopped working.
Hey, but that's what started it all, though.
Oh, that man, dude. I may have not started it right, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
As soon as I did that, I started running outside.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I started running outside.
Everyone always says like running outside 3 miles is like running 5 miles inside.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because like first off, temperature change. Also, like, if you run in the cold. Fuck, that shit sucks, man.
Yo, that's what I got my gym membership because I didn't want to run in the cold.
Have you only been with Peak and that's when you started?
Yeah, it was getting closer to November and it started getting cold and me and Anders, we decided like, hey, let's join a gym.
Yeah.
So but let me finish off with the cold cardio and it's bad to lose okay, I'm not saying cardio is bad.
No.
But as far as losing fat, it's probably the least efficient. Because
for long-term results.
For long-term results. If I could go back now to my older self, and I'd probably tell myself like, you gotta start some sort of resistance training.
Yeah.
Because
even if you're doing high reps at that point.
The thing is your body burns calories 2 ways.
Yeah.
Either you're moving around, doing exercise, jogging, walking, that you're burning calories, right?
Yeah.
Or you just sitting there right now, you're resting.
You're not burning as much, but you're still burning.
But you're still burning calories.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you build 1 pound of muscle, burns at least 40 to 50 extra calories.
1 pound of muscle.
Yeah.
Like when you build up.
Yeah. Let's say you you gain 1 pound of muscle, you're burning an additional 4 to 50 calories.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You just sitting there, you just burning. So let's say you gain 10 pounds of lean muscle. Yeah. You're burning 500 calories extra.
Additional each day.
Yeah, just by you sitting there. So that's basically you going and running for, let's say, 30 minutes. You burning let's say you run the loop, that's 4 miles. You're burning what, 400 to 500 calories. I think so. Yeah. So if you gain those 10 pounds of muscle, you're basically doing that.
I didn't know that's how it worked.
Right now I'm sitting at 200 pounds, but I can honestly say I'm in better shape than I was at 170.
Really? Well, that makes sense too, but also you're freaking swole. When we were at the gym the other day, one of my friends, she pointed out, she was like, "Damn, Omar's like freaking huge." And I was like, "Yeah, you don't realize that." And then a lot of people, for instance, my mom, she's a very small woman, like petite, skinny, all around. She started exercising. She started gaining weight. And she was like, "Damn, I don't know how I feel about this. This is nerve-wracking."
Yes.
But I told her, I was like, "No, Mom, that's awesome. First off, you're way too skinny. Second off, your size hasn't changed. Your waist hasn't changed." She goes, "No." It's like, that means you've burned fat and replaced it with muscle.
Exactly. That's another thing. It's
muscle's more dense.
Yeah, if you're going to hit the gym, forget about the scale. Don't even worry about those numbers. Just...
You might have your goals, but if you rely on that scale too much about, I want to lose weight and all that, it's like you should focus on being happy about what you're feeling, how you feel. Happy on how you feel, so on and so forth. For instance, like I haven't gotten back to the weight that I want to be at. I want to be like at 160 at one point, but I think right now I'm at like 137, 142, in that range somewhere. But I still, now that I'm going back to the gym, I'm loving how I'm feeling. Energy, overall happiness. I mean, endorphins are released on a regular basis. It's just overall a better feel.
Oh yeah, but back to your original question, how much? All right, me and Andres went back into the gym. We started the week trial. Yeah. He downloaded a program, I don't know off of where, and we stuck to that. The first day we were, I think it was an overall body workout.
Oh, like each day was an overall body workout.
Yeah, just to start us off. Okay. The first day, man, we tried benching. Honestly, dude, I did the bar in maybe 210s on each side.
I think what is that? 85 pounds?
Yeah, dude. I could not bench over. Oh man, it was because at this point, I'm weighing 170, dude. I'm just, another reason why I want to get it back into the gym is even though I was slim and I was 170, I was skinny fat. Yeah. Meaning my weight's not that high, but as far I was
strength and everything,
and I was flabby. I had I had high body fat. Yeah. So that's another reason why I wanted to join the gym, because I started working out. Started
leaning up, filling out.
Leaning out. So we started doing that. Oh, and then another day was like we were deadlifting.
Oh God, that's got to be a rough day.
Yeah, it was, man.
Oh my God, your lower back. The first time you deadlift, if you've never really done it right, your lower back about breaks in half.
Me and Arnis were like, we walked, because we were deadlifting 95 pounds.
Oh shit.
For people that don't know, that's the bar. That's 45 plus 250.
225.
Yeah, 225s on each side.
What? No, 25 on each side. 225s total.
Yeah, so we were deadlifting that. But then a girl came beside us, and she was deadlifting 135 with ease. Me and Arnis were struggling with this weight, man. Oh, my goodness.
It was like the girl that we saw the other day. Remember, she was she had chalk and everything?
Okay, yeah.
She was deadlifting. She was like, yeah, my 1 rep max. She was doing sumo deadlifts. We'll get into the I want to talk about that later. With sumo deadlifts, she was doing like 265, and she did 3 reps. I was like, fuck.
If I was starting out and I was deadlifting next to her, I would just
go home.
I would be going home by that time.
Use a Smith machine for deadlifts.
Oh man, I think maybe we did 2 sets and she started doing that, and we're like, nah, man, let's just stop here and walk away.
That's the hardest thing to see too. I mean, nothing against women or anything, but when you're a man, you have the embedded in your brain alpha male, which is I should be stronger than this person. And when you see these alpha chicks come in,
I'm like, damn, but you don't see many chicks going in and doing a lot of weight like that, and I respect that when they do that. It's awesome. I prefer that over a chick going on the treadmill and running for like an hour, because honestly she's not doing anything there.
The thing that bothers me when they get like the 5-pound dumbbells and they're doing dumbbell presses. I'm just like, you had, and like, some of them have like a child, and I was like, you've picked that child and thrown it. That thing's 25 pounds alone, so we know you can get 2 10s.
Oh man. But, so yeah, and then also for when we did leg day.
Oh, where were squats? Like, I gotta hear this.
Oh, dude, we were squatting on the Smith machine.
Yes.
That's where we started. We got the little pad.
That you said on. I mean, everyone does it the first time they do that.
Oh my god, dude.
I don't want to hurt my back. I mean,
when I see people nowadays, I'm like, I can't say shit because I started off like that. Like, oh my god,
deep down in your head, you're
and like, then it's like, damn, man. And then we weren't squatting deep. We were just going
to the 90.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
oh man, the 90 bend that everyone says.
Oh man, if I would go back, I would slap myself in the face.
I mean, I had the same logic because I used to sit there and I'd work out with my roommate. He's a physical therapist, and he said, like, squat to 90 degrees and everything, and I trusted his intuition, but little did I know, like, his range of motion on his legs, like the way his legs are bowed or something, he can't bend past 90. So, but I always trust it, and then like I'd see these people dropping like ass to the grass. I'm like, they're gonna hurt themselves. They're gonna hurt. No, man, little did I know, like, I'm just a little bitch. And then eventually I would be like, yeah, I can squat 225, and so like then I go to peak, and everyone's squatting ass to the grass except for some people.
And, oh yeah.
And then I'd grab 225, and like, yeah. And then I realized, like, I'm gonna try going like parallel at least, because one chick told me that because I asked her advice because I wanted to improve my squats. She says, yeah, you got to go at least parallel, if not past. I tried it with 95 pounds, about collapsed.
So you got to stop somewhere. That's why, I don't give shit anybody. If they're going over there and they're squatting, 95, it doesn't matter if they're doing it right.
If they're doing it right, who cares?
You got to start it's going to increase, man. But yeah, man, just going back and thinking about how much, we initially started lifting. Mm-hmm. We did, what's it called, the dumbbell press. Yeah. Man, dude, we started off with the 20s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, remember the shoulder presses when me and Andre started? It wasn't this year, or was it last year?
I believe it was last year.
We did those dumbbell presses. I mean, shoulder presses, and I was grabbing the 20s, and I was like,
that's what I started off with 20s,
I mean, but like, see how far you come. What do you do now? I know shoulder presses, you did 75 or 85 the other day, didn't you?
No, I can do 75 by myself.
With a spotter though, you've done 80.
With the spotter, I can do 80 for about 8 reps.
God damn.
But I'm since I work out by myself. If I can lift the weight and I can do it by myself, I don't even attempt it.
But it's like moments like those though, you're not used. Even though you have a spotter, you're not used to it. And like what happened the other day with you talking to me, which was you're like, oh, is that your last set? And I had the 55s, I think. And I was like, yeah. And you said, dude, grab those 65s. And I was like, oh, crap. So I loaded them up, but it was a lot easier than I thought to get them up, and I did 8 reps. And when you work out by yourself, you get this, for lack of better words, like a cowardliness about you, a fear. Because if that stuff collapses on you and you hold on, you'll rip your shoulder.
See, but at the same time, it keeps you humble, though. You're not ego lifting, so at the same time,
there's pluses and minuses to it all.
Yeah, I mean, I like training up. There's the pros, like you said, the pros and cons to lifting with with the partner. But I just honestly just like going there.
You're in your zone.
I'm in my zone. I don't have to wait for anybody. Yeah. And even, cause honestly, I used to work out with people, and sometimes I'd be like, oh man, I can't make it. Sometimes I'm like, it discourages me a little bit, like, oh shit, man.
100%. Especially when you see someone that can be pushing themselves a lot harder. Like, I used to work out with someone. I'm not going to name who this person is, because I might not be related to him, and I might be related to him. So there you go. It's a person. That's a male, though. And he would always push himself, but then he would stop short, and it would bug me because it would make me not want to push myself as much. So you have to work out. If you're going to work out with someone, you have to work out with someone that's comparable to your drive.
Yeah, or somebody that can, keep up with you.
Yeah. Or I think the best thing to work out with someone that's stronger than you. That's going to motivate you better than anything, because you're like, fuck that bitch.
Man, I see that too, but I don't know. It's just, how I'm trying to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing how far you come, it's like knowing that
so good.
You're actually, you know, you might not see it. You might be jacked or be as huge as everybody else, but you slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Because like I said, working out with Andres is like, damn, if I would have stopped, that's where I would have been. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I stuck with it.
I mean,
obviously it took time, man, because
it puts in a lot of effort. You see a lot of people that do these 10-week or 12-week transformations, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. But when you're talking about a short period of time, it's really easy to do a transformation over a short period of time. But to maintain that growth and constant change, that takes years.
That's the hardest thing. And honestly, if you're not doing it right, because when I went in, started working out, I went in with the mentality of, if I don't run, I'm going to gain that weight back.
Yeah.
So I was going into the gym running 3 miles before I started lifting.
Oh, shit.
So but by the end of, finishing those 3 miles,
you're drained.
I was drained, so I can barely work out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I pushed through it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't seeing the results, so I had to step back and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Obviously, when you want to gain muscle, you don't want to burn as many calories, because when you want to lose weight, you're going to burn more calories than what you're taking in. And muscle grows when you're taking more calories in.
Yeah. It's a balancing that the thing that bothers me is because there's a lot of people hear one thing and they stick to what they've been known their whole life.
They marry that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the thing is talking about, how do I say this? Talk about, like, for instance, calories. It's like, oh, I'll just count calories. It's like, calories, if you eat right, you could have 4,000 calories a day and you could still lose the weight if you have the proper exercise, so on and so forth. Or you could have the results that you're looking for. And because they hear, like, oh, fats are bad, so I'm going to have, like, a no-fat diet, which in reality, fats are really good for you. And if you have a balanced sugar and fat intake, you're going to see much better results than a pure carbohydrate-based diet.
Yeah, because you have your coconut oil, you have your avocado. I mean, those are all fats, but they're good for you.
Avocados are delicious, too. People are just missing out.
Even though I hardly eat avocados.
I love them. I have, I think, half an avocado every morning with breakfast. It's so fucking good.
But doesn't it get expensive, though?
It does. But I bite the bullet on that. So, like, every now and then I'll even have half an avocado for dinner. I'm like, ooh, tonight's a good night.
Damn, dude, you know how to
spoil
splurge.
yourself. You have to splurge. Man, what are they, like $1.99 an avocado now? Some are $2.49 at some places. It's fucking stupid.
No, it's like my sweet potatoes.
Oof, I love them. Gotta eat those sweet potatoes. What were we talking about?
All right, yeah. We were talking about, how weak I was and all this.
Talking about how I couldn't lift anything, but now I'm a beast.
No, man. Honestly, like, I was in the gym for maybe 6 months, and I didn't see the progression I wanted.
Yeah.
So I had to sit back and be like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, okay, maybe I have to cut cardio down. But in the back of my head, I'm like, nah, man. If I cut cardio down, I'm gonna gain all that weight back. See, I had.
It's because it's embedded in you because of that, like I was saying, or like we've heard, is someone says, like, oh, run, you'll lose weight. I got to run to lose weight.
Exactly. So I just...
Energy gets burned the same way, just moving.
So after a time, that's when I started, I worked out and I didn't see the results. So, that's when, like I said, I stopped and, took everything back and be like, okay, don't run as much.
Yeah.
If you are going to run, I'm not saying cardio is bad, but if you're trying to lose weight, I stopped running altogether. So I just focus on, strength training and all that.
Yeah.
And I started seeing results. Obviously, they're not as quick as, me running and,
Of course, yeah. Or from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Because eventually you plateau on running.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to plateau no matter what, because obviously you're not going to burn as many calories anymore. Yeah. So you're going to have to amp it up.
Okay.
So... that's what happened to me, First, I started off with running 30 minutes only. Yeah. And then
eventually you had to run like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I had to run more, so I had to up my mileage, my speed. Yeah. But honestly, running was probably the best decision I made. I remember in high school, fitness class.
Yeah.
Man, I remember running the mile in 14 minutes.
And that was pushing it.
And that was pushing it, man.
Fuck.
14 minutes, man. Oh.
I think I could maybe run it in 10 minutes right now, 9.5. Back in high school, I mean, I was skinny. I only weighed like 95 pounds, and I was still the same height, so I was like a twig in the wind. But I ran it in like 7.5. That was the fastest I ever got. I always compete with this guy Martin, but I don't know. I just sidetracked. Sorry.
No. And after I've been running a while, I decided to go back to the high school and run the high school. See, what my time
is. See
what
the difference was.
Just this thing. I ran that in 7:40, man.
Fuck.
Man,
that must have felt good.
Oh, it did. It was amazing.
See, that's the stuff that I love hearing when people make accomplishments like that. That's the fucking
my
best.
fastest mile, and I have it on my Nike. I was running
the Nike ID thing?
Yeah. My fastest mile to this. Well, I probably won't run this anymore. It was 6 minutes, 2 seconds, man.
That's a
6 minutes.
That is so fast.
As soon as I finished that mile, 1 mile, 6 minutes, 2 seconds. I just stopped, dude. I
don't need to run anymore.
I felt like a high. Because honestly, imagine you go running I hated running in high school, fitness class. I would always regret Thursdays because that's when we would do the mile run.
Do the mile run around the.
I always regretted it, but man, dude, when I did that and did it in 6 minutes, it
felt good.
It felt amazing.
One of those things you want to see all those classmates and flip them all off. Like, dude, fuck you, bitches.
Honestly, that's what happened to me. It was like maybe 2-3 months ago. No, it was still warm. So let's say back in August.
Yeah.
I went to, I don't know which store it was, but I ran into somebody that used to bully me back in high school.
Oh, fuck yes.
So.
Is it a person that you could break in half right now?
Oh, man. I don't.
Fuck those people, man.
I remember in lunch, always pick on me and my other friend. Always, just basically make you feel like shit, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't necessarily beat you up or anything, but he'd just say the right shit to make you feel like a
exactly.
loser.
Yeah, and
I know those times. I'm very familiar with those times.
And I saw him, and he walked up to me. He's like, hey man, damn dude, you're looking good. Like you lost a little weight.
Please tell me you were just like, yeah, motherfucker.
Nah, dude. I don't know that kid in the that high school kid in the back of him was like, yeah, man, all the weight I lost, you probably gained because he was chubby.
Oh, did you say that?
Yes, dude.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. You're going to have to tell me who this is.
You probably know him.
Don't release the name right now.
You probably know him.
Oh, fuck yes.
Dude,
I love that shit.
Oh, man. I just laughed and just said that.
All that weight I lost, you probably...
All that was worth it, man.
That's what all those days put in the work. You might not see the results, but hearing that comment from that person and saying that, man, I'm not clever enough because when I see this, like, oh, thanks, man. You used to bully me, but we're friends now.
Oh no!
In the back of my head, when I'm leaving, driving away, I'm like, fuck. What am I thinking? He's a fat ass.
Oh, dude, those were the worst. I'm like, man, dude, if your older self can see yourself now, I wonder, what they would say, because always gave me shit and all that, man. But honestly, that's
one of the best stories I've heard.
Oh man,
it's so good.
Facing your bullies, man. Oh, dude, it's
knowing that you're the alpha now.
Yeah.
When it matters, like, what are you doing?
And you're in better shape than they were back then.
Oh,
because all they were just skinny. I mean, but man, it was just an awesome feeling.
That's such a good day. Oh, you gotta mark that on your calendar, like an anniversary every day. Oh yeah, that's where I told off little Timmy.
I like seeing people like that because I could honestly count the people on my hand that used to give me shit in elementary school or high school. Obviously I always laughed it off. Made fun of myself, but
I mean, deep down though, there's always like an underlying, like, I don't want to say hatred towards yourself, but there's an underlying like poisoning that you're doing to yourself.
Some level of self-loathing is actually probably good for you.
I could see that. It's a motivator.
Because it motivates
with the right
you.
mentality.
Yes, obviously you don't want to talk shit to yourself. Look in the mirror and be like,
"Look,
dude,
you some little bitch. No wonder you're losing. No wonder you're single."
Like some sort of self-loathing is good.
I think so.
Because that's
what. At least self-criticism.
Yeah,
I think that's a better way. Because loathing is hatred toward yourself for not being what you are, but. I don't know. No, I see what you're saying because it is a motivator. You just have to have the right mentality with it.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember going through my journey and I had one of my friends, I was probably a size XL and he asked me, like, what size do you want to be? And I'm like, you know what? I honestly would like to go down to a medium. I remember them laughing and be like, you're not going to get down to a medium.
People were saying that?
Yeah, man.
Wait, is this back in high school or was this like when you're first starting out?
No, this is like first starting out. You know, I wore to a double XL, and then I dropped down to an extra large. And, you know, that's when they asked me, you know.
What's your end goal?
Yeah, what's your end goal? I'm like,
you wear mediums though right now, don't you? Like, some of them, like
yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you're wearing a fitted shirt, I mean, I wear a medium and fitted, so I would expect you to wear a large.
Oh yeah, definitely medium. But
that's awesome.
Like honestly, I remember them like, you're never gonna get down to a medium. Your body type's not meant for a medium, and that's what I hate when people say your body type's meant to.
Fuck all those people. People tell me I'm small. Like, oh no, you should work on your frame. It's like, no, bitch. If I want to deadlift 405, I'm gonna work out till I can deadlift 405. There's a guy that I follow, Tiny and Tough. Have you heard about him?
No.
He's this just to be descriptive. He's a shorter Asian person. Not saying those are correlated. Calm down, people. But he is 143, deadlifts. I think he just deadlifted like 685 or 705, benches 425, squats clean. I mean, cleanly squats with ease 650. Oh, this guy is a freaking monster, and but you look at him, he just looks normal. And maybe some people say it's because, he's shorter, he has a smaller range of motion. I don't give a shit who you are. If you are 5'4" and you can bench press 420 some odd pounds, you're God.
Oh,
you're
hell
good.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, hats off to that guy, man.
Man, I follow him. It's impressive, and he's a good motivator because he's just working out. He doesn't like sit there and try to say, you know, I did this, blah blah blah. I put in all the work. He's like, look, I do it, you can do it. That's it, plain and simple.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's awesome, man. I can't believe that story though with that guy. Oh fuck, that feels so good.
Oh yeah, dude. And like I said, you know, he laughed at me for, you know, wanting that, but in the back of my mind, like, you watch me.
You watch me.
I got dropped down to a medium.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I still love the idea. I'm wondering though, like, if that guy that you ran into that you said, it was like, oh, it looks like the weight that loss you put on. I kind of hope that motivates him. So then, like, later on, he's like, so it's like, hey man, look, I'm and you could be like, oh man, you did good.
Honestly,
so it's like a delay. It's like 7 years he was an asshole. 7 years from now he's gonna be nice, and you're gonna be nice because you were not really an asshole. He deserved it. But
knowing this person, there's a possibility that's not gonna happen. There are people who are comfortable and
can't be comfortable. The moment you get comfortable, that's when you get. I don't know. I think of like a tribe, or I think of like back in the old days, like movement is key, constant change, constant working yourself, always practicing is always key. So like the moment you get comfortable, that's when you just start degrading. Like you just start.
Yeah, they lose their why.
Yeah, what's the purpose of doing all this
why
stuff?
are you doing this? Like what? Why?
I mean, I started getting that was working at the job that I work at right now. I was just sitting there. It was like typical 8 to 5 job. People say 9 to 5. I don't think people realize 9 to 5 jobs are actually 8 to 5 because you have an hour lunch. Anyways, that's a little thing I'd like to get out there. So it's 8 to 5. But like, there's a lot of times where I'm sitting there like, man, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I coming here 8 to 5 every day? It's like, yes, you know, I make reasonable money. I'm comfortable living, but I don't want to be comfortable. I want to always push myself. I want to challenge myself in new ways. And lo and behold, that's how the podcast came about. So this is one new thing. And then working out's one of the best motivators. Getting Titus, people who don't know, I have a dog. He's awesome. But
like you said, you know, podcast is, if you want to get something off your chest,
it's a good vent.
Even if it's you and me just sitting here talking and nobody's hearing, like, it's still a good way.
I'll be surprised if I get 5 views. I know I'm gonna get 1 view from my mom. She might be watching right now. She asked me to let her know, like, when we're streaming and all that. Omar, I don't know, but I don't know. It's she said to ask her, so I told her, and she's following me on Instagram.
Shout out to Daniel's mom.
Ooh, Marchand Delat. Oh no, Marchand Knowles. Knowles. My apologies. But yeah, and then I think maybe we'd get another one from my dad, and I know there was someone else. I think Gabby said she might watch her. No, Yvette. I don't know. Some other people.
They probably stopped listening because all we do is talking about fitness. Like,
it's because they playing. They're sitting there like, damn, why don't I go to the gym? We're motivating them, like we were saying. Self-criticism is good for you people. There's nothing wrong with telling yourself that you want to be better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh man, this is cool. This is tough. This is one of those pause moments where we're like, oh, I'm not sure what to say.
It's like, what should we talk about now?
I think we could continue on. Let's see. What is there to talk about? This is a moment we were dreading, people. In case y'all were
wondering. It's gonna happen. This is something new.
It's the first time for everything. It's a good beer, by the way. You're slow on yours, by the way. The first one you down. People know Omar downed like the first beer in seconds.
Well, now it's because I'm cold.
Are you cold?
Yeah,
you
man.
Put on your jacket?
Yeah, man. You have this room freezing.
I thought it'd be getting hot, honestly, because it'd just be you and me. Because I'm getting hot with my jacket, but. Shout out to North Face. It's very good. It's a very good jacket. Keep
not
a
sponsor.
That's the thing I should talk about. I was like, I need to get sponsors. But I told you I wanted to make up sponsors to just be like, hashtag RoyBoyDJ. This is a legitimate sponsor, people. I'm not kidding you. My friend Pacheco, he's got his own DJ, RoyBoyDJ. Shout out. I don't know. I think this is like minute 30. I got to say that so I can remember. So I tell Pacheco to go to minute 30.
It's like, hey, man.
Shit.
It's like, you owe us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we got you. Oh, no, you have to include all his information in the link.
Shit. Oh, I'll check the link below. I'm going to have to revise the description. I just put first podcast, number 1, Omar Cabrero. I was really hoping he'd come on next, but he said he's going to be busy until like after Christmas. He said maybe after Christmas he'd be able to.
See, another thing you were saying is like you were going to get people with different views.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One girl I'm going to have on, I met her at one of my friend's weddings. Her name's Daniela. If she's listening. Yo, what's up? She's a tattoo artist, and so she does a lot of amazing tattoos. And I really want to ask her, like, how many tattoos did you fuck up? And you were just like, oh shit, because it's a permanent mark. It's a permanent mark. True. She had to fuck up one, but hopefully, like,
at least one.
At least. Or is there stuff that she practices on? I know she did some of them herself. She had one on her neck. If she did that one herself.
Don't they use like pig skin or something like that to practice on?
I think there's like a mold that you can buy so that you can practice on. But there's like, if I was getting a tattoo, I've been wanting a tattoo. I'm not gonna lie. I've wanted a sleeve where it go from, the typical dude sleeve. If you're fit, you get. I'm not saying I'm fit, people. But it would go like a little bit over your pec, and it would go down to your arm, a little bit above your wrist, so on and so forth. I've always loved those, and I've always loved like intricate details, proper fading with black and white, because that takes a lot of talent.
But of what?
Fuck if I know. I mean, I've seen so many suggestions. There was one that I saw. It was really good, and I liked it. Some people had crosses on their necks. I'm not that much of a religious person. I'm not going to put a fucking cross on me. I think it's really hypocritical. Oh, but he had like a proper fading, and he had like an angel, and then he had a demon. Like, that stuff's cool, good and evil, so on and so forth. And I like engineering stuff. I honestly...
You're going to put one of your trucks on your arm?
I'm going to put one... People who don't know, I design tow trucks and military trucks. I could put like that Australian truck right here and be like, yeah, so when I flex, the crane moves.
Dude, you're going to be, what, 80?
It's going to be fucking cool.
It's going to look like a Tonka truck by the end of that.
You know what? Nick came up with the best idea, if it was possible. It was called the Transformer tattoos. So when you're young, you're a Transformer. And then as you grow older, your wrinkles fold over, and then it turns into a car. So when you're about to die, it's like, oh, I knew it was a Ford Pinto. I didn't know it was going to be that.
But you think about it, if you do get a tattoo, you can't lose any muscle on there. Or is it going to like...
It's a motivator. Well, that's the thing. I don't even want to get one now because I want to get bigger. I love the results that I've been seeing. The picture that you sent me 3 months ago when I was feeling like, I was like, oh, man, because you complimented how good my arms were looking. I was like, oh, man, thanks. I really needed it that day. When you're feeling down, you just need a good compliment. Nothing like a good bro coming to compliment you on your arms. And you sent that picture. I was like, look where you came from. I did not realize how much of a skinny little guy. That was embarrassing.
Dude, I found another one. I was like, Danny, you give yourself shit, but dude, you're not the same.
Well, I mean, and I do hear that from some of my friends. My friend Joanne, I need to invite him. He's a cool Dominican dude. We just talk shit. Anyways, I was at our friend's Kenny's house, and Joanne said, like, dude, you have changed since the day I met you. And I didn't start working out until after I graduated college, and that was 3 years ago. I'd say about 3. And it was about 2 years, middle of college. So I was a sophomore, junior, something at UTC, and I was working at a hospital as a food tray delivery guy called Food Ambassador. They really overplayed that title.
They want to make you seem fancy.
Yeah. And so I met the coworker, Joanne, and everything, and he remembered me back then. He was like, since then to now, he said, I'm a completely different person. Not just you know, not just because of my mentalities and all that, but he said like physically, he's like, your arms are like way different. You're not skinny. You're not skinny weak. You're skinny strong now. And it was a good compliment. It makes you feel good when you have those. I mean, for instance, like the guy that complimented you in the store.
Oh yeah, dude.
It feels good when people compliment you and like compliment you on your changes and how much.
See, because
you know how much work you fucking put in.
Yeah, and also you may not see it at first, but you know other people are, because it takes what 4 weeks, you know, for people to start seeing changes or your body starts.
You feel stronger. I'd say after, like you're saying, the 4th week, you feel stronger. You're kind of like, oh, it's kind of a little hump now. But from that moment on, you don't really notice any differences anymore because your body changes and you see yourself every day. The best thing to do, get a friend, hang out with them 1 month at a time. Go to the bar.
It's either going to be good or bad.
The first time, right as you start working out, go and hang out with somebody that you haven't seen in a while. Just text a random girl you haven't seen, maybe an ex-girlfriend. Say, oh, we should do this again sometime. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. And then 1 month later, 1 month later, hey, haven't seen you in a while. You want to go out for a drink again? Yeah. You know what she's going to say? Wow, you're looking pretty good. You're looking pretty good. Next time, wait 2 months. Come back. She'll be like, fuck, you're strong.
Is that your why? Is that why you work out?
It's for the bae. No, I mean, it's good. Oh, first off, if you're working out to impress a person, you're going to screw yourself over. Work out to impress yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, definitely.
It's a self-motivating individual thing. You can't rely on others' approval for it.
I ain't going to lie, dude. When I started, my weight loss journey, I was never the guy. I was always, second best,
Oh, God. Don't you hate that second choice?
Runner up, man.
Was that rebound?
Oh man, but when you lose the weight, you get this sort of confidence. And it's some of these females that didn't give you time of day. Then
some of these females
nowadays they're just like, oh hey, maybe we should do this. But then you're like, nope, no, thank you.
I'm pretty sure it was you. I gotta remember it was you. There was this one person that like was trying to talk to you that hadn't seen you in a long time. She was hitting you up and everything. You had headphones, and you're like, bitch, don't you know I'm trying to sling dope and hit weights right now?
Oh, yeah.
Put the headphones on and kept working. This was middle. This girl was very attractive, y'all. People who don't know, this girl was really attractive. She comes over, and she keeps talking. Omar's in mid-set, sets down the weight, tells her to leave, puts the headphone back in, starts working out again.
Yeah, there's just those girls that, back in the day you try to holler at.
Yeah. And then now they're all about you.
Now they're all about that.
Dude, same shit happens when you graduate college, people, and you got a successful job. Buy a house. See what happens with all those girls that you were talking to that didn't want you.
When you get a 401k.
Yeah, I've got a 401k. Roth IRA. Oh, Jesus. Tell her you got Bitcoin. She's going to love it.
Panties dropped.
There's this one photo I shared. This just reminded me of it. You play Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's a picture of a girl with her panties dropped and everything. It's like when you tell the girl that you beat Mario Kart on 150cc and got first place on all levels. Just picture of her like driving. That was a perfect moment. It was when we were serious about go-karts. We not go-karts, Mario Kart.
Oh, isn't that when you used to hold your tournaments and all that?
We actually had legitimate tournaments. We got a trophy. People, I'm not shitting you. I got a 3-foot trophy. It was called the Aniston. We got it based off of Jennifer Aniston. We got the idea off of the league, Shiva.
Okay, yeah.
The Shiva, we're saying it's like we gotta think of a hot girl. I don't think anybody can say Jennifer Aniston's not attractive in some form or fashion.
Yo, dude, she's 40-something plus, and she looking better than some of these girls that are
20.
Yeah.
No,
I like older women.
I like older women better also, but top of the line, I think J-Lo's great and everything, but I think Shakira blows everybody out of the water. She's like 48 just because she doesn't have to wear makeup and all that shit. She's just like a natural beauty.
Honestly.
Her voice isn't that great, though.
She's 48?
She's like, oh, dude. All right, people, we're going to use our phone this one time just to check this. We don't like to use phones on this, even though this is the first podcast. Shakira age. I know she's got to be in her 40s. Come on. Be in her 40s. Be in her 40s.
Isn't she divorced?
Yeah, but she's dating some professional shot. I don't like the fact that I know this shit. All right, I overestimated by 8 years. She's 40.
That's what I thought. Like, 48, that's a little bit too old.
How old is J-Lo? And I'm not going to look at my phone again. I know they're old, too. Either way, I think she looks great for her age. But, yeah, anyway, so we had these go-kart.
Wait.
Mario Kart.
What's the oldest that you would go?
based on looks. That does matter. I'd say 40's the cutoff for me.
Really?
40's the cutoff. But even then, you sit there and like, the idea of it's kind of like, oh yeah, I could do that. But then like once, no.
No. This is hypothetical.
Hypothetical?
Yeah.
I think legitimately 32.
32?
That's the highest I would go. Just because, I mean, I don't know.
I thought you were all about the mills, man.
I mean, mills can be young now.
Oh, yeah.
Times have changed.
You got a 22-year-old. No, man. Honestly, the oldest I'd probably go 50.
Oh, shit. What?
Dude, there's...
You would go 50? I couldn't. Oh, wait, no, when you're saying go, we're talking about hookup? Or are you talking about...
No. Yeah, just...
Legitimate relationship? I was thinking legitimate relationship.
I mean, you're gonna be a boy toy no matter what.
Well, I like the half plus 7 rule.
No. That's relationship.
That's relationship.
That's relationship. I'm not talking about.
That was hookup too.
I'm not talking about.
Not talking about relationship.
Dude, you can't tell me if an 18-year-old smoking hot came by.
I feel weird. I honestly would feel weird because I know deep down.
Even with 2 beers.
Even with 2 beers.
All right, we'll talk this about the podcast. your tone's going to change completely.
I'd totally do it.
He's like, no, man, yeah, 18.
I'd like to set my image right.
It was like barely legal. I don't care.
I don't like how we're talking about this. Back to the How do we get go-karts to that? Oh, Jennifer Anderson.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So we had this go-kart, Mario Kart tournaments at my brother's house. We would have 2 Wiis. We'd have 2 people playing at each Wii at a time, and we would actually have a bracket.
But is that really? Sundays. But is that really Mario Kart if it's not on the 64 though?
I tell you what, it's so much harder on the 64. On the Wii, I could drift all around these damn corners, but man, the 64.
Millennial.
I agree. I don't blame them. This shit's cool when it's on the other stuff because if you shake the controller. You can actually dodge shit. That's the thing that I love.
Dude, it's all about the 64, man.
When you hit that blue shell and see, fuck,
like,
you're dead.
Yeah, first play, you're done for.
We'd have moments like that, even on Wii. I don't know what would happen, but my brother would be like 30 seconds ahead of everybody. We would get 5 blue shells in a row, and he would just get pounded, and I would just, and then I'd win the race.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was a great time.
So all you at the end of the tournament, you just get
we get a trophy. Like, you get to take the trophy home for the week, and then the next week. Because we did it corresponding, is that the right word?
I guess.
Me trying to sound smart. We do it before Walking Dead. When Walking Dead was first coming out. I'm talking like season 2, season 3.
Oh, man, dude. You're talking about, like, after graduation. Like, I think it came out in 2010.
It was like 2011 when we do these.
Okay.
No, maybe 2012. I don't know, because I remember Walking Dead. I watched it for the first time at my friend Zach's house in his basement. That sounded creepy.
Down in his basement.
No, we would watch it, and then what would we do? I don't know. We just watch it, and then I remember watching it for the first time because I'd never heard of a show talking about zombies and all. It was like the first time it actually really been brought.
Yeah.
Because when they first came out, everyone was like, "Fuck, this is a crazy premise."
Yeah, so, I didn't even know it. Like you, Johnny told me about it, and that. I went.
It was a good show. Like first episode, I was
downloaded all the episodes and got hooked on.
But the first episode I watched was when they were at the CDC. Like they were going to the CDC, so you had like a ton of action, a lot of drama. And you're just like, this is butt pumping. Later seasons they just ended up like chilling at a farm, chilling in a bunker.
Dude, it's pretty good.
It's a good show still. Like especially the recent seasons. Have you watched Negan?
No, I watched it up to that. I haven't watched this season.
This one?
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
But you watched up to it.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of this new season, but...
Spoiler alert. You better shut off your stuff. If you know anything about Glenn...
They all die.
Fine. Yeah, they all die. Dude, when Glenn got smashed, I was like... it was almost too much for me. And then when he put, like, Carl's arm down and Rick was going to have to cut off Carl's arm, and then Carl was like, just do it, Dad. I was like, oh my God, if they fucking do this is going to be a fucking amazing.
Honestly, the worst TV death was probably, well, not to me, but Rosa, she was watching it at her house, and it was when Urshel died. Yo, she lost her shit.
That was hard, especially because no one saw it. They saw him like sitting there. They didn't think he'd have the balls to do it. This is the governor, y'all. But then when he just had the sword and just whack,
Yo, she told me she's like, I don't want to watch the show anymore. Like she loved him to death.
Oh my god, I think the same thing would happen if they killed off Daryl. If they killed off Daryl,
see, honestly, but you know, he wasn't in the comics. This is just a character.
Oh, Daryl, yeah, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so
Daryl is supposed to represent Tyrese, because Tyrese was supposed to be his right-hand man, which turned out to be Daryl now. Because my friend, he's an avid comic reader of The Walking Dead, so he like knows all the backstories and everything. He's like, well, you know, really Rick would have no arm right now, or he'd say like some random shit.
Yeah. He has no arm.
He has like tons of stuff like that. I'm like, fuck, I didn't realize it was like that. And it's surprising how like they change it, but I mean, what do you expect? There's gonna be a director who says, this isn't gonna sell. Whoever created the Daryl character, they should be a millionaire because he is my favorite by far, just like anybody else.
Well, what's the latest season you watched up to though?
I watched. It was this season, but I kind of like skipped some episodes because it'd be a Sunday night late and everything, and I would just. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to watch. I wouldn't want to stay up because I gotta work the next day at 5:30 a.m. So I'm like, I'm not gonna.
What time you knock out? What at 6 now?
No. I knock out like at 8:30. Pretty late. Thing I've been doing at night recently though, I've been reading a lot more. Like a ton of reading. For me, a ton of reading consists of in the past month I have read 3 books and I'm on my 4th.
Yo, that's way more than I have.
I know, but they're all small books. I'm not gonna lie. One of the best ones, since we're talking about motivating yourself, so on and so forth, make your bed. Make your bed. It's just.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that before.
Heard it? Okay, this Navy SEAL guy.
Yes.
Man, it was so good. You want to feel good about yourself? You want to get motivated? Read that book, because he is the premise is this ex-Navy SEAL guy or current Navy SEAL. I'm not sure. He controls Navy SEALs if he's still in the Navy. And he gave a speech at a University of Texas, and it was talking about the 7 or 10 rules that he learned to always live through that would just motivate yourself throughout the day.
Yeah.
And he ended up writing a book about it. And what it does is the title of each chapter is the 10 lessons. The first chapter is the first thing that you should always do. Second chapter is the second thing you should always do, so on and so forth. And in each chapter, he goes into how his training in the Navy SEALs applied to this, and then how his experience out in war dealt with that. Some of it didn't necessarily deal with him out in battle. Mm-hmm. Some of it dealt with consoling others during a loss or grieving times.
Yeah.
Every aspect about the book was just really simple to read, and it was really motivating. You want to like drive yourself. One of my favorite things. I'm just going to say the quote right now. It says, "Don't ever ring that bell," because in Navy SEAL training, if you wanted to give up, you wanted to quit. You got to ring the bell 3 times. Ring the bell 3 times. Or I think like when you graduate, you get to ring the bell like 3 times to be like, oh, fuck y'all, I did it. But so his thing is don't ever ring the bell. Like no matter how hard it's getting, no matter if you think you're about to die, if you think you can't do it anymore, you just need to grit your teeth. You need to fight through it. No matter in the darkest times, you don't ever ring the bell. And it was like that thing really stuck with me. I love that a lot.
Is that the one you Snapchat me that passage?
That was a passage.
Shit, yeah.
That was just like true words, man. I don't know. People who don't know, me and Omar, we motivate each other. Sometimes we'll tag each other on like Instagram posts. Some of them are a little gay, but
it's the proper term is homosexual.
Homosexual. That's pretty good. I've never heard that before. But we'll tag each other in motivating stuff to keep us pushing, to keep us working out. And so I sent him a snap at one of the quotes in the book, and man, it was good. It was moving.
It was.
Some of the stories in there, though, I'll tell you, people, it is a little emotional. Like
you cried?
I didn't cry. No, maybe. No, but when you have that emotional trauma and you send the shockwave down your body.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good like that. The other 2 books that I've read were Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. If you really want to know about astrophysics and all that, don't read the book.
Yo. Wait, I'm going to stop you there.
Go ahead.
New podcast, book club.
Ooh. Talk about a book.
Yeah.
Read a book. Book club. You know there's got to be one A the book club. We call it the Bro Book Club.
Hey, there you go.
Beers and book club. There's something like, I really wish we were kind of gay. Not necessarily like we were gay together, but like gay because I was going to do one that was like beers and queers.
Oh, man.
Fucking works. Nothing better than a rhyme. If you have a rhyme, everyone's going to remember it.
That's true.
Yeah. Astrophysics in a hurry. If you like astrophysics and you actually want to get down in detail, like learn about dark matter and all that stuff, don't read it because it's going to introduce the stuff, and you're like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I wonder what's next. And then it's going to jump to another story. You're like, fuck.
Oh, so it doesn't give you closure.
It doesn't. No, it depends. Like, some people who want to understand astrophysics, but they don't have, like, an engineering or a space mindset, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
They're going to like it because they don't know anything about it. It's like, wow, that's what dark matter is? Oh, I've always wondered. But if you know what dark matter is, don't read the book. If you know what, like, how time travel would work, don't read the book. If you understand how, like, wormholes work, don't read the book.
Yeah, just like
you're just going to read over stuff you already know about.
Like an average person, you start like, oh, so yeah, tell me about time travel.
I'll be like, fun fact, you can't travel back in time. Anybody who thinks you can?
Morons.
Well, technically, we could go into detail about this if you want, which is you can see into the past. Right now, I'm seeing into the past right now because light travels so fast. Though it's almost instantaneous.
I thought you needed a DeLorean, a crazy guy.
That's back in time. That's the live in the back. Yeah, we haven't found that out yet. Flux capacitor? Is that what he always said? Yeah.
It fueled by garbage.
Oh, God. I love that. It's people's Back to the Future in case you couldn't figure out that movie. Oh, maybe we should do that. Like, say random quotes. And see, like, if you, like, name it, you get, like, a free beer. Like, they could come over and like,
wait. Are you paying for the beer or the sponsor?
The sponsor. I should brew my own beer so I can sponsor it. I thought about doing that. I like chemistry and shit like that.
I don't know, man.
Science, at least.
I feel like it's gonna be like have like the skunky taste to it.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna be good at all. It's like, yeah, I threw in a sugar.
You're just gonna drink the whole batch just so.
Yeah, I've sold so many.
Do we all know you all drink it by yourself?
Maybe. No, so astrophysics, don't get that book. Unless you don't know anything about it, it's a really good read, really easy, really informative. The last book that I read, I enjoyed thoroughly. I've actually enjoyed it so much, I bought another book by him, and I'm reading it right now. The author, his name is Sebastian Junger. Good fucking name. And his book was called Tribe. Tribe is this... His book is based off the concept that as society develops with technology, so on and so forth, we become less associated with one another. And this tribe mentality where we want to help each other out, where we're motivated to support one another, is diminishing at a rapid rate.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, you
Wall-E.
see it. Yep, prime example. I mean, it's exactly what it is. But, like, for instance, he gave like a great example, which was in day-to-day society, you see a person parked on the side of the road. I'd say, I don't even want to say 9 times out of 10 because that gives it too much of a statistic. I'd say 99 out of 100 people are going to pull over.
Honestly, man, I've seen too many news. I've seen Channel 9. I ain't going to get stabbed today.
See, I don't blame people. But the interesting fact was, like, New Orleans is a pretty dangerous place. People don't realize. I mean, it's a great city. I think it's wonderful, but if you walk down the wrong alley there, you're gonna be fucked up. Yeah. But after Hurricane Katrina, the loitering that everyone always is that loitering? Loitering. That people were stealing shit, so on and so forth. What the news didn't really broadcast was the fact that they were stealing food, water, and all that. At the very beginning, yes, people stole TVs. Who gives a shit about that? But the loitering that continued was for food, water, supplies.
If it's going to help me survive, I'm stealing. I don't care.
But the thing is that people, when it came to aggressive violence and everything, drastically dropped. Everybody was focused on survival and focused on helping one another. And he grows on that concept that maybe though disasters are horrible, natural disasters, terrorist attacks, 9/11, so on and so forth.
It helps us come together.
It's a very powerful community movement. Like, it really brings people together. Like 9/11, he also associated with like depression, so on and so forth. People who like, just get sad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've had depression at some points in my life. Sometimes I even still have mild depression. But he said rates of depression and people getting prescriptions for depression drastically dropped for the next year after 9/11 because people were so focused on they had a purpose. It was like, I need to go help people. I was like, you know what, I need to do my job today, because they were living for something rather than living.
Oh, that's true.
It was a good concept. I liked it.
Oh, by the way, when's the bathroom break?
Honestly, I was going to ask you, it was like, we might be able to end it now. It's been over an hour.
We can end it now.
It's up to you.
Perfect. Oh, we can keep talking. I don't care, man. This is fun.
I think we did it very successful first time, and I want to end on a good note.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It was.
Thanks for coming,
Hey,
Omar.
no problem. Anytime.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you know, follow Instagram page, Skewed Reality Podcast. It's spelled just like it sounds. That's all. It's not that hard.
It's hard. I had a hard time finding it on YouTube.
Yeah. Searching on YouTube is actually a different story. I'm not sure why. But hopefully y'all enjoyed him. We'll look forward to hearing from y'all next time. We'll tell you the guest on next podcast whenever I find one. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll bring Danielle or
I'll be back. I'll be back next week.
I'm about to say, if anything, Omar. I was say, if anything, we'll bring Omar back on. We'll have a book club.
Yeah.
We'll talk about shit. Or maybe Andres. We can hear Andres' perspective of working out.
No, hopefully then we'll have 3 mics and it'll be even better.
That's what I'm hoping for. The thing that I really want to do, okay, we're going to extend this a little bit, is I want to have a camera here, a camera there facing me, a camera here facing the guest.
Okay.
So, every now and then you'll have this shot of all of us together. But then, like, let's say I'm by myself, I'd have my brother in the corner, and he could click from camera to camera.
Oh,
so
that'd
while
be
I'm
perfect.
talking, it's like, well, this is what. So they see my face, they see my general gestures, my facial expressions, and then you give your response. Bam, it gets back to you.
Oh, heck yeah!
And then Nick came up with the idea, since I love poker and everything. He thought about having a poker night one night, getting like 8 mics and everything. But I'll tell y'all what, people, that's a lot of money. Starting the podcast was surprisingly cheap, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
can go to the bathroom. We can continue to talk.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Go to the bathroom. We're taking a bathroom break, and then we'll talk for another like 5-10 minutes. Fun fact about this stuff. Oh shit! You got it. Good catch. This is a small room, so there's like a lot of shit everywhere, so you have to crawl over everything. It'd be good if I had a cameraman or someone in the background so I could talk to them. Now it's just me talking by myself. I think I might check my phone. Be sneaky about it. Where's the podcast process at? YouTube, bruh. That was from Pacheco. Got Snapchat. Wine night at my house if y'all want to go later tonight and bring some quarters so we can play Uno. Why you need quarters? About to spell quarters with a C. Oh shit, I need to charge my phone. Wait, is it a dog or... Oh shit, it is a dog.
About what?
Oh man, did you see Lalo's new dog? He got your dog, but it's like a wolf.
Oh yeah, that's a Shiba.
That thing looks sick. Omar has a Shiba, by the way. So starting the podcast was surprisingly cheap. With everything included, not the decorations, because I already had those, so I didn't have to pay for anything. People who don't see, there's a Bud Light sign in the back. I'm pointing at the camera right now. Right behind the camera is a Bud Light sign. I turned the camera around, but I'm too lazy. With the headphones, mics, headphones don't work, people, so don't get these headphones. I'll figure out what they are, and I'll post them in the link. Headphones, mics, camera. I think that's all I needed. Oh, microphone stand, camera stand. It all came to, minus the headphones, because that would be $40 off. So it came to about $240.
Honestly, when you say you wanted to start a podcast, I thought it was pretty awesome.
It was a good idea. It was something I'd humored for a while, and I mean I'd mentioned this for 6 months now.
Yeah.
And then one day, I guess it was like after reading one of those books and everything, or I just had a moment of epiphany because I read Make Your Bed this past week. I was just like, fuck, I just got to do something. So when I mentioned it to someone, I accidentally said, like, yeah, I'm starting a podcast.
Oh.
Rather than I thought of starting a podcast. So then I was like, fuck, now I got to do it. So like 2 weeks later, I bought everything. I was like, I got to get it here. This one I told you at the gym. I said, I was like, I'm buying it tomorrow. I ended up buying it 2 days later. But like after I said it, I was like, fuck, I'm not going to be the guy who says,
I have to do it now.
And a lot of people talk about starting stuff like this all the time. They talk about, like, yeah, I'm going to start a business, so on and so forth. I mean, I've had business ideas. But I just wanted to make sure I followed through with something this year. I've made progress on working out, and doing pretty good at my job, traveling a lot. And
like you said, a podcast, even if it's you and me, or just I don't know,
it's a good
outlet.
Therapeutic thing. I mean, people who don't know, I was having troubles like mild depression. just felt unmotivated. Never really felt like doing anything. Even with working out, that was the biggest, only thing that I could get endorphins from. Taking my dog out, and I mean, even walking Titus and all that, I started not caring anything. But I mean, this was probably the most excited I've been, was getting ready for the podcast. And when you showed up, I was in there, I was like, fuck, we're about to do a podcast. But overall, it was still fun though. I mean, this has been pretty fun. I'm really glad I did it, and I'm definitely excited to do the next one. And I think we've been able to keep the conversation pretty well.
I mean, obviously, for the first podcast in it, I know, we were gonna, have.
We had that one moment of pause where I went ahead and just acknowledged it. I think it was better for me to acknowledge it.
No, and you learn, and I think having, maybe another mic, 3 people.
3 people is gonna be the best thing. I don't want to have the laptop in front of me next time. Like, I'd like to have Nick in the background. Nick's my brother, y'all. Nick in the background, just sitting back there, and he could like navigate shit. And he'd be able to navigate this stuff and, just say shit in the background every now and then. Then eventually, like you said, have an actual third guest, not a background third guest. Like, it would be you and me, Andres Pacheco. You and Pacheco, Johnny Lalo.
Yeah, whoever wants to be on it. I mean, honestly, it's just
anybody. And if you like, if I invite someone on and you'll think of somebody and you really think they're gonna be a good asset, it's gonna give me a motivator to buy another mic.
Oh, definitely.
So, I should do it anyways. I got one slot. Where's that?
No, you don't.
USB? No, it's because you got your headphone plugged into it.
Yep.
So no, you don't. Fucking got it plugged in.
Yeah, I got it plugged in directly right there.
I have to get one with like 8 plugins in. I don't know what'll happen.
Don't worry, we're gonna get sponsors.
We'll get sponsors. That's brought to you by IT Crowd. No, I'd like to get sponsors. I thought about asking some small businesses, like people who low-key don't really give a shit.
First, let's get an audience.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like I said, if I get 5 views, that's an achievement for me.
It doesn't, honestly, going into this, it doesn't matter how many views you get. It doesn't really.
I think I know the guest that I need to bring on that's going to hit the views. I've mentioned it many times, Jazzy Fit, since she goes to the gym, because I just want to hear about like how she started out. Like, because I mean, she must have been in Dalton. She must have had like 1,000 views one day. And then she got 2,000, I mean, not 1,000 views, 1,000 followers. And then she got like 2,000 followers, and then 3. And she was like, fuck, I bet I can make some money off this. And then started making money off of thirsty people.
That's how it goes, man. The hustle is real.
Hustle's real. I'd like to invite her on just to hear about that side of the story. Next time I see her at the gym, I might ask. But then again, I don't know how her husband is. Maybe he's super protective. I don't want to be that weird guy. Like, do you want to be on a podcast that no one follows?
It's like, plus that's when you need additional mics.
Yeah, that's where I'd maybe have them both on, husband and wife. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird though.
How?
Yeah, it wouldn't be weird necessarily because it's not like I'm gonna try anything, but it'd just be weird because my focus is listening to her. I don't know what he could have to offer, but then again, isn't he also a fitness model?
Yeah. I guess I don't know. I really don't.
I really don't know. I don't follow him.
Yeah, neither do I. So.
No. I started to follow Jazzy Fit for a while. Just because I was like, oh, I bet she has some good workouts, but she doesn't have workouts that I like. But Cass Martin people, y'all want to get big? Follow Cass Martin. This girl is a monster.
Why are you following women?
Oh, but her, Minnie Myra?
No, yeah. I think you sent me a link or something.
Yeah, Minnie Myra's this short girl that she deadlifts like a she deadlifts like 340, 360. Yeah, everything.
All of it.
She deadlifts well more than me. Oh, wait, that's what I wanted to ask. Okay, was it the back workouts? So, do you think deadlifts are back workouts?
Sort of, yeah.
They are. A lot of back workout, like a lot of days that I see or plans that I see, they'll have deadlifts on the back day.
Yeah. I used to do deadlifts back day, but I like them during leg days.
I do too. Do you think sumo deadlifts should be allowed in competition?
Yeah.
You really?
I've
never done them.
I sumo deadlift.
I've seen you sumo deadlift, but I wondered, like, doesn't it make it easier though?
It depends. I mean, yeah, you don't have to lift it, further off the ground.
Oh, I kind of saw it just like those people that like flare out their chest when they bench and they're like, there's so many people I see. Like, I'll be going. I wish you could, on Instagram stories. You know how you scroll down, you have these random videos. There's this one guy that keeps popping up. I'm not gonna say who it is, because nobody knows him. But like, he
don't give him publicity.
No, I'm not gonna give him He doesn't deserve it because when he bench, he's like, yeah, just bench like 485 and everything. Had his chest flared out. He probably moved the bar.
I mean, I do tuck my shoulder blades back and I do arch my back.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. When you
the weight on the stomach.
Yeah, when you take it too far, that's too much.
You see it drastically on a lot of women that power lift, but like. I like Minnie Myra and everything. She deadlifts and squats great, but I don't like her bench.
But the thing is, that's
considered legal.
That is legal.
I don't get it. But I mean, if you saw me doing that, you'd be like,
I mean, but then again, that's not. Would that be under the powerlifting?
Mm-hmm. Powerlifting, not bodybuilding. It's powerlifting, and I've even seen videos where people say advanced move.
See,
they call that the advanced move because it limits your range of motion. But then I was sitting there like, you limit your range of motion, you're not really lifting it. Then you're not actually working out that body muscle.
You're not. That's the same thing as half reps and all that.
Yeah, that's the first thing that everyone says. Like, make sure you get full range of motion to get the full benefit of the workout.
See, honestly, I don't know how you feel about this, but I don't like. Personally, I don't see a point to the bikini contest or the.
I agree.
Or
the men's physique
or
contest.
the men's physique. No.
Well, I guess like it's just a different mentality. Because because you and I, we like strength. We like working out. We like pushing ourselves like where I barely was able to bench something, but I fucking did it. That's what excites me. That guy that I shared with you, where he only benched like, he didn't even squat right. Remember he didn't squat right, but he was a successful bodybuilder. But if you made him a powerlifter, he not a chance he'd win.
That's what I like. What you put into it. I don't know.
I guess it's just a different focus.
Yeah, I guess if you're into appearances and all that, I guess.
I agree though. I don't really like the bikini contest of the body. I love watching powerlifting competitions, especially with people that just look normal and then they just blow it out the water. You're just like,
oh shit!
Like they have like 9 plates lined up on each side, and I was like, that guy looks like he's my height. That guy, he's maybe 180. What is that? 875? No way. They pick up the bar and they got the bent bar. Oh, the day I can get a bent bar.
I think you start getting it once you
get 225.
And
like you start seeing
the
boat, but getting a legitimate bend 405, I think.
No, because you can see it somewhat on the 270. If you put 275.
Yeah.
275, you start seeing it. 315, you definitely. But yeah, if you want complete bend, yeah, you're talking like.
People who don't know, when you lift the bar and the bar actually bends because you have so much weight on it, we're talking about 275 pounds, 315 pounds total, like 45-pound bar. It's gym math. Gym math. Everyone knows. It's like, what's 45 plus 45? 135. Because 45-pound bar, right?
So yeah, you start seeing that at 275.
I can see that. Are we good? Let me see what this is. Good deal. Haven't seen anything. Good. Well, I think it's a good time to end it now.
Yeah, we started off fitness. We ended with fitness.
Yeah. Swayed into books somehow. And Mario Kart. And
we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it.
See, that's what I was talking about. Like you'd start with one focus and then it'll just trail on. You have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know. That's what I'm like. I was so down to do this because you don't know where your conversation's gonna lead to.
I think we did a successful hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, whoever's still listening, thank you.
Thank you. If y'all, for all I care is like, just click on and off this page so I can get more views. refresh.
Next guest, Joe Rogan.
About 900 episodes from now. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. We'll talk to y'all later. Say bye, Omar.
Bye.